Isn't it like freaking hard to rank the UMK songs this year?
Den musiken kilpailu.
This song is very symptomatic of lots of stuff that we are living as a society these days. I honestly haven't done my research on this, and I'm not sure I really want to do it, but from what I've read online, it can be quite a controversial, if not problematic, choice for Finland. I'm putting myself as a Eurovision viewer that just doesn't understand Finnish language. This sounds pretty catchy and can musically draw attention in a positive way, but obviously it won't be spared the trouble of some online articles probably denouncing stuff about it, and even about what could also possibly be problematic performers. But at the same time, if they were so problematic, why would YLE select them to take part in the competition? That's a great question. I mean, they say that there's no such thing as bad publicity, but at the point where they are now, does YLE need to be having an act like people are painting them online to be in this selection to get any publicity at all? I mean, there's quite a few questions you can ask yourself about the song, but when you strictly focus on the song itself and not necessarily the act and everything that comes behind it, it's quite an effective song that could garner quite a bit of votes, I would say. I'm not sure if it's my favorite of this selection. I'm not sure I even have a favorite for this selection, because as I said at the beginning, it's very hard to really make up your mind this year with UMK. But I would put this in the category good enough for me not to mind if they won. That said, once again, I haven't read and learned all the details, but it's there for a reason, I guess. So I feel like this is one of the songs that I like the least in this year's selection. I guess the title is quite appropriately conveyed in the atmosphere and the feelings that this song is exuding and giving, because there's quite a sense of, well, not mania, not craziness, but a bit more anger, I would say. Something, maybe mania in a more violent sense. And I don't think this quite catchy, or I don't find this quite as attractive as it could have been made with the potential that it has. I don't even find it that memorable, to be honest. It might be memorable for its title, because that's the only part of the song that stick to your mind, but then that's not really enough to be standing out in this field, and I guess even less at Eurovision, isn't it? I understand that people could find this quite entertaining or quite catchy, with interesting influences from the late 90s or 2000s, but I unfortunately feel like it's mainly stuck there. The effect that it's probably trying or yearning to reach isn't quite the feeling that I get, even though it's something that definitely has its place in a selection like UMK, because you get one of those every year. I don't particularly find this one enjoyable as much. It feels like it's filling Portion Boy's spot this year, but really doesn't live up to what Portion Boys brought last year at all. So it's disappointing in that sense, and well, I wouldn't be so pleased if this won the competition, honestly. This is one of the most contemporary sounding entries this year's selection, if not the most. It's quite nice. I wouldn't say it's like the catchiest song of the year. It's not even the song of the year, but it's fine enough. I mean, there's a good vibe, a good feeling, and I feel like it's one of the songs in this year UMK selection that has the most international appeal. That's a good point, but then apart from this, are there that many other good points? I'm not sure I would really mind if this won, but there might be a couple of better songs in this year's selection in Finland, I guess. It's a very nice song. It conveys a lot of feelings. It's very dramatic. It's very strong. There's power in this. But at the same time, well, I am slightly questioning myself whether this could have as much international appeal as a song like Glow. That said, and considering the fact that it manages to convey and makes you feel stuff, the language barrier shouldn't be that much of a question here, I guess. Even though when you want to send Eurovision a song in a language that isn't quite the most accessible, you tend to restrict or restrain the message to the simplest way possible. I'm obviously thinking about Carrier. I'm not sure if would Finland send this to Eurovision, the message would come across as clearly. That might be a point of concern. But overall, it's pretty good. An effective dance track. I like it. It's nice. It could be one of the contenders to win. I wouldn't be so mad if she won. Even though, compared to Sarah's entry, which sounds, I guess, the closest to, or that we could easily put in the same category because they are the same kind of acts. This is a bit behind, definitely, but it's still pretty good. And live, it has potential to be quite entertaining. I always think that rock music tends to be widely underrepresented in national selection. So it's really cool to have a song like that. It's refreshing to have it in the selection. And it's one of the, let's say, 4 songs that I really wouldn't mind to see winning this Saturday, together with Jessie, Sarah and Sini. That said, it's not the rock song of the century. I hope it's good enough live. It's quite catchy, quite nice, but it doesn't sound as much an offensive rock song as we've had previously in Eurovision. Even for Finland, they've sent more aggressive and simply more effective rock songs than this. But this sounds like you can do the job fine in it, not that much of in an extremely unforgettable way, but I'm expecting this live to be good enough. I hope so. In any case, yeah, I guess it will be a good choice for Finland too. If you've made it this far, then you definitely deserve one of my famous giveaways. So don't forget to like and leave a comment. One of the first 5 people to do so will be drawn to win a Eurovision-Finland related giveaway from the Eurovision shop. Also check out my YouTube page, Fredovision. There's lots of Eurovision related videos on there and lots of chances to win giveaways as well.